Okay, in this video, we are going to explore the differences between a div and a span in HTML. And what we'll do is we have some heading tags here and a paragraph tag and an image tag, and we're going to create some divs around each one of these and style them differently. A div is basically kind of like a section, but I don't want to use the word section because there is a whole different tag called section tag that you could use in HTML, but it's something you can put stuff in and do styling around only that specific area of your website, so the rest of the website is not affected. So now there's a div around the first heading tag right there, and we can style that separately. We could give it color, we can give it size, we can give it width, we can do a bunch of stuff to it, and it won't affect the other divs or the other parts of the website. So in this video I gave it a background color of pink, and just to illustrate how you can style it, I just gave it a width and a height as well, so you can see more or less what it could look like on a website, what a section of the web page could look like. So I gave it a width of 500 pixels, and I also give it a height of 300 pixels and a pink color background. So Control S to save that, and that's the first division of your web page right there, and you can style that whole div separately than the rest of the page. And of course you can do the same for the other parts as well. You could in this video I also introduced classes. Now in CSS, if you want to style the div separately, you have to give it a unique name or identifier. And I don't want to use the word identifier because there's a different identifier tag we can use. But right now we're not talking about that. We're just talking about classes. But you can name it class 1. So we call it a class. And you can style class 1 differently than the other divs. And you can name it class 2. By the way, the names, I'm choosing 1 and 2. You could have chosen Godzilla and King Kong. It really doesn't matter. Just a matter of what you decide you want to title that class. And then just so it's easy to read, I put some space in between those. So now you have class 1, and we can style class 1 differently. To style a class, you use the period 1. Or you start the styling with a period to call a class, and then the squirrely brackets, and you can give it a different background color, different font size, a different, you can insert images into that div, you can insert video, hyperlinks, whatever you need. So I give it a background color gray, and I just want to give it the same width and height as the other div, so it kind of looks like a website. And save it. And so I already styled div 1 there, and I'm going to go straight to div 2 without showing you the first one. So dot 2 squirrely bracket, and we're going to give this one a different background color and the same width and same height, just for effect. On this one, let's give it a background color of blue. As a matter of fact, blue, let's give it a light blue. And do Control S to save. So now you can see the different divisions. I keep wanting to say sections, not a section. The divisions of the website, and you can style each one of these divisions separately, giving it a color scheme, inserting a background picture, putting a nav bar on it, just all kinds of things that you can do, and it won't affect the rest of the page. It'll only affect that div. And very rarely will the divs line up at the very top left like that. So I'm going to give it a margin of 5%, and I'm going to give them all the same margin so that they pull away from the top left side a little bit, so it looks more like a web page. Just like that. And also very rarely will the heading tag or the verbiage on a website line up to the very top left. So I'm going to change the padding. When you're changing the actual words type inside the div, you have to use padding, not margin, not any other thing, just padding. It's padding that you want to use for that. So I give that a padding of 5% on each one of those, and then Control Save. And now the verbiage kind of pulls to the over to the down and to the right a little bit, the way it would on a website. The next thing I want to explore is how to use a span. And a span basically changes something inside of a header tag or a paragraph tag, and it doesn't affect any other area of the website or the div except for whatever you wrap the inside of the span. So I was just typing some verbiage here at random. Now is the time to start coding, and I was having a little trouble deciding what sentence I wanted to put on there, but I finally got one there for you. And then we're just going to use an opening tag spam and a closing tag spam around the word now. So span, S-P-A-N, and then close it. And on the other side of the word now, we're going to use / spam, and that's the closing tag. So now you can style that word now differently than anything else on the website. You can make the font bigger, you can give it a different color, you could make it, give it special effects, you could turn it into a hyperlink. In this example, I just gave it a bigger font size so you could see it. And as you can see, the now is a little bigger, but I decided, oh, that's not big enough, let me make it 100 pixels. And click Save. So now you see a huge now in front of you, and it really pops out at you. And that is the difference between a div and a span. Thank you for watching, and there'll be some more videos posted about how to continue creating your first website. Thanks for watching.